I'm sending this one out as much to my own employees as I am to anyone else. If this helps any of the rest of you, good. But to my guys, I've covered this before. If y'all have done what I hope you have and you've watched past videos and things and cut up, excellent. But there's a great truth. And I've said this, it's been said by a billion times, but somebody comes to you and says, why are you successful? Why do you do well? Why have you been able to achieve so much? When people, basically what they're saying is, everybody's better than you, they're smarter than you, they're better looking than you, they smell better than you, they're thinner than you, they're healthier than you, they're less obnoxious than you, they're not mean or not nasty or anything else, so why are you more successful? And the answer, in my opinion, for everyone of whom this is true, and that might be too big a statement, but I'm going to stand on it for now, is do what you say you are going to do. There's a better way to say that. It probably should have a do what you say that you're going to do, and I shouldn't abbreviate like I'm texting. I really don't care. Send your comments later. Do what you say you're going to do. It is not hard. It is not complex. And if you know for a fact that you and your employees are going to do what you say you're going to do, you stand strong and you stand confident and you look people in the eye. And trust me, it is very hard to not buy from somebody that has that level of confidence. You want to study it? Study a preacher, man. They stand on faith. A good preacher, heck, even the bad ones are very rarely truly corrupt. Even they, as a rule, mean it. They stand on faith. They believe it. They drank the Kool-Aid. They own it. They believe if what they're not able to do doesn't matter because God is able to do it. So I stand firm with absolute conviction. You've got to do that in your business and in your work and in what you're selling. You have to know that you will do what you say you're going to do. Oversell, overpromise, underdeliver is the exact opposite, and it will kill you. Now here, however, is the minimum side of that. This is extremely easy to do. And for those of you thinking, no, it's not. Sure it is. Just say and do little things. If you look at somebody and it's, what are you going to do? I'll probably get out of bed and I may return your call in a couple of days if you ever leave me a message. That's real friggin' easy to do. You can set very low standards. So there's a second part of this that is implied. And for me, I want to do it in a different color. It might be more important. And it is do and say great things. Do what you say you're going to do, and do and say great things. Do not dream small. Do not have small ideas. Do not have small values. Do not have small plans. Do not plan to serve somebody at a small level. To go to someone who is sick and to say, I'm going to serve you, you're starving, here's a grain of rice. What a waste of their time. Say, you are sick. Come, let me carry you to the hospital. Let me nurture you. Let me give you till you have a full belly. Let me ensure you have the medicine and the care you need. You do and say great things. Here's a caveat to it. Here's the hard part. Here's where it becomes work and not just motivation and motivational speeches. Be able to do and say great things. Look at somebody and tell them wow, what an incredible, gorgeous home on amazing land, and that house is going to sell for $175 a foot, and every other builder is bidding $150 to $175, and you look at them and say, I can do that house for $80 a foot. You just said a great thing. But can you do it? No. No, it's too big. Now, don't get me wrong. If you look at them and go, look, I can build it for $80 a foot, but it's not going to have the finishes you want. It's not going to have the kind of textures you want. It's not going to have all the details in it. But to build the house and have it built to code and to relative quality, absolutely. Now you've quantified and changed. That is fantastic. But to look at them and go apple to apple, stick for stick, brick for brick, I can do it for $135, $145, probably basically in the $140 range. That's true. And here's your kicker. That's a great thing. If I am looking at a home that goes for $175 a foot, and you can do it for $145, trust me, brother, that's a great thing. And if you don't believe me, if you don't think I'm right, I want you to look at them and go, hey, let me tell you something, Mr. Client. $175 a foot, I will build you the exact house, brick for brick, stick for stick, stone for stone, for $205. I'm amazed quite often at how we would never do that. And we would think a client would be a complete moron to hire us to do that. And yet we don't feel like we're doing them a very big advantage here. Bullcorn, that is a huge thing. That is a great thing. Now let me tell you something else. Does it change if this is weight 185? It might not be as much a difference. Their confidence level between the two of you might matter more. The homes they've seen built might matter more. But honestly, yeah, that's still a huge freaking difference. For the exact same house. We'll drive across town to save $200 on the exact same car. So if what you are actually able to do is only $165, should you say $150 because you want to look special? Should you say $120 because you really want to blow them out of the water and make sure you don't lose the deal? No, because that $10 still matters. Here's a caveat. If it's $175 and all you're able to do is $175, then you tell them that. And the second they walk out the door, you go fix that problem because something's freaking wrong. Because that's I might get out of bed today level of talent and ability. You're bigger than that. You're more than that. You're much, much more than those things. So you go stand up on that one because that dog don't hunt. Okay? Be able to do great things. I'm going too long, but I want to finish with this. The way to be able to do great things is never stop improving. Never quit getting better. Never quit making the people around you better. Never quit striving. Never quit pushing. Your competition will always be at you. They will always be biting your heels. They may pass you somewhere. When they do, own it and fix it and get caught back up and get back ahead. And make sure your team around you is the same. You want to know what the curse is of most offices? They get Jimmy, which is you, that's a stud. Jimmy is able to do great things. Jimmy is cocky enough to say great things. And Jimmy does what Jimmy says. Because Jimmy's a star. But Jimmy hires Timmy, and he doesn't hold him to the same standard. He doesn't require him to achieve his best. He accepts, oh, well, I had to miss this. Oh, well, I got that. Oh, well, I care more about the Little League game, this or whatever. And all of a sudden, what he can do, it's an average, people. It's an average. If Jimmy is a 10 out of 10 and Timmy is a 6, together they're a combined 8. There's no magic to math. They're not Wonder Twin powers together, we're a 22. No. And it's not Wonder Twin powers, Jimmy's a 10, so we're a 10 under his blanket. No. You're an 8. And an 8's okay, but let me ask you this. What happens when you hire Sammy, who's a 5? Our cumulative total is now 21. You are now a 7. See what I mean? We're dropping pretty steady. Now, people were dying to do business with a 10. Based on that incredible reputation, you're probably still kicking, feigning, and taking names as an 8. But you're dropping as a 7. And here's what happens to most of us. We get a whole lot of 4s and 5s. And we lose our 6. And we get a cumulative total of less than 5. Somewhere in that 4 to under 5 range. And want to know what? You no longer do and say what you do. Because if you're honest and you say what you're now able to achieve, who cares? You're below average. How many of us are out there looking for, where do you want to go eat tonight, honey? Can we find a restaurant that's below average? That's what I really want to go do. Hey, man, we got to buy a new car. Get the below average one. That's the goal. No. No. We want above average. We want better deal. We want someone that does and says great things. That is the above average for a better price. That's amazing. That's too good to be true and backs it the frig up. People will beat down your doors. Don't have a perfect answer. All I can tell you is constantly be improving and constantly be holding your people accountable to improve. And be willing to take the hard hit and part ways when it doesn't, and understand that it's like a surgery. It hurts real bad for a while, but it does adjust and heal. All right, I'm going too much on too many others. I hope you got something from this. I know I did teaching it. Half the time, that's the best value. Take care, guys. God bless. I appreciate you very, very much.